Sorry if my camera seems a little bit shaky today. See if I can get it balanced against an object. My hands always shake. Um, so to start off with, this episode is going to be about a support system, family and friends, in this little video about transitioning from prison to the streets. I think my last video was about perseverance, and it was kind of funny because the day after I made that video, my Bronco decided that it wasn't going to run anymore. I guess it didn't decide. It's a piece of machinery, but you know, that sort of thing. And I hadn't had my Camaro tagged because I couldn't afford the fees to get my Camaro tagged. So it's just been sitting. Well, thanks to some friends, I got the Camaro, or the Bronco, back home, which had to be towed. It was actually my boss that towed me. He's a really interesting man, my boss is. I've been thinking about going back to my old job, and there's just something about country folks that, people help each other out here. And that's hard to find in a bigger company. It almost seems like my boss runs his company kind of like a family. He's definitely, let me fix my camera. He's definitely in it to make money and support himself and his family. However, if any one of his guys need help, I don't think he would hesitate to help them, which is really cool. So with the help of my boss and Brandy and Caleb even helped me out, because the Bronco had a two-part issue. The first problem, the gasket on the oil pan decided that it was going to blow and leak oil out all over the place. And then the second issue was, after I got oil in it, I went over to my buddy Caleb's house. He's a co-worker and he's also a friend of mine. He said that I could get some oil from his house. So I went and got some oil from him, and came back to the truck where it was broken down, put oil in it, got it back out on the highway. I drove maybe 500 feet, and the drive shaft broke, so that was awesome. And I don't have the money to fix it at the moment, so I was kind of screwed on transportation, which is important because I need to get to work. My buddy Robert, who lives in Washington, and his mother came through, Miss Irene Nixon. They came through and they helped me get the money to get the car tagged. So between the three of us, we got the Camaro tagged and I had transportation. It is now the weekend. It's beautiful out. But the point of this video, I decided while it was nice out, I would sit out here and make a little video and tell you about the importance of a support system and resources. None of us exist in a vacuum. None of us can make it on our own. We like to tell ourselves that, we like to say, oh, well, I'm a man. I don't need nobody to help me. I can stand on my own 2 feet. And that is the mentality that you have when you're in prison. You can't rely on people. Most people aren't even reliable enough to pay their debts, much less pull you out of a pinch, you know? But a lot of people in prison aren't trustworthy either, and so you learn not to trust people. You learn to trust yourself and go it alone, and if you can't do it, then you bear the consequences of not being able to do it. However, out here, it works the opposite way. In prison, it's kind of good to fly solo. Keeps you out of gang politics, stuff like that. But out here, it doesn't work like that. The more resources you have in the form of people, in the form of a support system around you, the better off you're going to be. Because when one person falls, you might not have to pick yourself back up if there's people there to catch you. Does that make sense? In prison, you fall, you pick yourself back up. You pick yourself back up as many times as is necessary. But out here, you might not have to pick yourself back up if you have a support system that can keep you from falling in the first place. So I'm at about 6 minutes now, a little over 6 minutes into this video. I don't want it to run on forever, so I'm going to leave it at that. It's good to have a support system. People around you that you can rely on, that you can trust, that can catch you when you're falling. So, if you're just getting out, surround yourself by some of those people. It'll do you good. Now, in closing, I'm thinking about doing a Q&A coming up. I don't know if it'll be the next video. I don't know if it'll be the video after that. But I assume a lot of people have questions about what it's like in prison, or have questions about how prison works. I think most of the people who view my videos have never been to prison, ironically. So, if you have questions about what it's like in prison, or how it works, or something like that, just please comment, leave your question in the comment section, and I'll get to you. I'll see if I can do it in a video coming up. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm Eric. I will catch you later.